Hi there. I started to draw again, and when I say again, that's from when I was kind of a kid. So I started to draw again as an adult recently, and I started that challenge Inktober. That is a drawing on ink with ink every day during the month of October, and it's not been that easy, but that was actually quite fun, and particularly because it's pushing limits. We all tend to be a bit lazy here and there and thinking, well, I'm an adult and I'm obviously not as good as many other artists to draw, so maybe it's too late. And I thought about it and I was like, well, either you start as an adult and yeah, you're not as good as some other artists, but you will never be if you don't do it. Or the other option is to not do it and never become good at drawing. And I wondered if it brought anything good to my life to not do it, and I came to the conclusion that it didn't. So my drawings are not high quality. I'm in the learning process, but I'm making that video because I figured that one, maybe some adults or some even younger people would like to start drawing and think like me that they're just not good enough. And that might help them to follow somebody who's in the same situation, and also it gives me some kind of accountability that I discovered with that challenge, that actually pushes me to draw. So if it helps me and it helps maybe some people here and there too, then let's do it. So here is my sketchbooks that I use for Inktober. And I'm gonna just show you quickly what I did for that. This is 31 drawings for each day of October. So this is my first one. This is my character. I draw her regularly. She's she's just a cartoon me. And I have a cat. I have 5 cats. So she's got a cat that obviously started a mess, and she's a bit messy because I'm clearly not an expert. I used the second one just to write what I was using. I got the Inktober box from Art Snack that was with Chick Parker. So this is what was in the box and what I'm going to use for this challenge. Here's my second drawing. This is drone. This is a male in a beehive. And when winter comes, all the females left them out of the beehive and they die. And the main reason is they actually don't do anything in the beehive. They are kind of useless and they only eat the honey. And they're big, so they actually eat a lot of honey, which obviously the workers don't really like. So here is a drone eating his honey. The second one was, I saw just something about animals, and I was, if you see a lynx and a rabbit, you're obviously gonna think that the rabbit has no chance. But when you think a bit further, it's actually not that true, because if there was no rabbit, the lynx could not survive because they would not have anything to eat. So I just find interesting to think that the rabbit actually was maybe some kind of stronger than the lynx. Here is my first attempt at a more detailed drawing. So I used a dip pen here with my ink and did that shark. That was my first try to actually do, like those little shadows and so on, shades more than shadows, but it is. Oh, this one is the feeling I have regularly when I don't know, I feel like there are so many people ready to hate each other and think that they're smarter and say you should not be able to do what I'm able to do. And so anyway, it gives me some kind of desperate feeling sometimes, and that the world is gonna just collapse and there's nothing I really can do. So anyway, here is a little painting Tweety. That was just for fun, I didn't know what to draw, and Tweety is always a good inspiration. Here is my dog, Daisy. So I call her Disco Daisy because I bought her a color here, a LED color that flashes, that I can turn on during the night, and I can follow the flashes, the pink flashes on our property to find her. And so This is Disco Daisy. Another detailed drawing with a dip pen. I love, well, you'll notice that I love animals and wildlife, so I tend to easily go towards them to draw. I actually like it. It could be obviously better, but it took a little bit, and I was happy to be able to, you know, do some detailed shadings and kind of give some kind of 3D effects to it. So, oh, this one, this one is just a silly little drawing. I don't know why. I just thought about that cat looking into the aquarium to, you know, obviously look at the fish, and the fish taking it very funnily, and just draw a little face on the cat watching at him. I just find it funny. Here is the Halloween themed drawing. Just a baby pumpkin who's learning from the bigger one that it should look maybe probably a bit more scary. Oh, here is my Charlie Chaplin. Imagination means nothing without doing, which links to what I was saying. You know, you do it or you don't, but if you don't, just realize that it's not gonna bring anything to you. And if you just think about it and you're not doing it, then basically it's nothing. So here it is. Oh, this one was, I played some music, and I just found it funny. I did a little story with a note. So this is the mom who's watching the baby who's sleeping, and this is the white, obviously, because he stays longer. And then the silence here is actually the big brother who's trying to get the little twins and the little brother to stop making noise and, you know, not wake up the baby. And this is a grandmother, and she's a little bit overwhelmed. Had fun. Oh, this is another Halloween themed. This is my Halloween potion. So here's me, and this is obviously inking, and I have the 5 cats with me because, well, they're always with us. So. Next is my beehive. So I'm a beekeeper. I have only one though, so I'm not a huge beekeeper. I'm just starting it, but I have bees. And so I decided to draw the risks that you take when you actually adopt a beehive. And in my case, the risk is I spend so much time just looking at it in all possible angles and possibly even sleep in front of it. So here it is. Here we go back to animals. My gorilla. I just really wanted to draw a gorilla face because I find that very fascinating. So here it is. And now it's Edgar Degas study with all these ballerinas. I figured that I could try to draw one just, you know, with black and white and ink. So that's what it became. Here are Baby Jack and Baby Zero being pumpkin brothers. I like Jack and so on. So The Nightmare Before Christmas, the movie. So here it is. And now we have Casper, who's finding a little ladybug, and he's fascinated by it. I don't know, I think I saw something with a ladybug, and then I did some scribble, and I was like, oh, I could do a ghost. And then, thinking of a ghost, I thought about Casper, and here we go. This one was an attempt to do a nighttime landscape, and obviously only with the brush pen ink. That wasn't easy, but well, you know, testing, learning. Next one is Epic Mickey. I don't know if you know the game. That's a Wii game that I like. And so I decided to draw Mickey and me trying to ink and improve our skills at ink, and his old friend, the ink monster, because that's a monster in the game that is obviously not planning on letting us draw. Hey, here is another animal. Same, you know, I just took a picture and I don't know, they're so cute, the hummingbirds. I just, you know, it's like, oh, let's draw a little hummingbird in. Here it is. Oh, this one, I also had in my list that I wanted to draw an owl. So I was like, yeah, but I'm not just gonna draw an owl, you know, a realistic one that I did for the other animals. So I tried to find something else. And I added a sock because I was like, hey, I found why we have single socks now. This is confused owls stealing them. And here we go again, an animal, orcas. I find them absolutely marvelous. I don't know, those shape black and white, they look so perfect to me that it's pretty amazing. And so black and white, obviously I'm like, oh, I'm gonna draw an orca. But I also wanted to draw them in a natural environment, not in a swimming pool or anything. So I added kind of mountains and the sea and so on. This is number 24. This is a bit fast, but that was my birthday. So, you know, I just drew a little bit of my character and all the drawings I had done until then, you know, surrounding me. Yeah, simple, but, you know, draw something. 25 is Pikachu testing his Halloween costume. And so this is a Meow, just because Meow is the bad guy. We all know that. So that's it. And then the surrounding, funnily, is I touched with my brush pen on the side, and then I had a big black mark, and I was like, what am I gonna do with that? And I was like, well, you know, I have it, I'm gonna have to do something with it. And so I was like, that's gonna be a black attack. Ink black attack. So he's testing a black attack with his Meow costume. Oh, this one is just, this is what comes to my mind when I hear that expression. Holy cow. It's like, this is weird. This is a very weird expression. 27th is, so, me trying to finish that challenge. I drew all like a kind of simplified symbol for each of the drawing I have done along the path. And that was 27th here, this one. So I had 4 left before the finish line. I wanted to make it a bit more complicated, but drawing a day is not that easy, so I ended up leaving it like this. Here is Creepy Donald, that is also from the game Epic Mickey, so this is a fan art. I like it, you know, I like that game. Yeah. And this is kind of Halloween themed too, so that fits. This is another fan art. I just find Jerry very cute, and so I decided to draw her. You know, this challenge was about creating, but also practicing with inking, and that's not that easy. I was like, how am I gonna do Jerry with just black and white? So that's what it is. Oh, so this is Sunday mood. That's because we were at a wedding on Saturday, and so we came back Sunday, and we were kind of tired, so that's basically what we've done on Sunday. Stay in front of the TV and watch football. And here is the last one. Made it! You know, again, I could have made it, you know, more complicated, but again, drawing a day is a lot, so here it is. So this is my Inktober drawing for 2016. There's nothing after that, and I figured I actually don't have enough pages left to do another Inktober in that one, so I guess I'll do just some more ink drawing in that sketchbook. But so that was fun, and this is the first time that I actually have several drawings in a little book, which, you know, I always see people with their amazing sketchbooks, and I'm like, how do they do it? And well, I guess I'm gonna try to do it now. So hopefully you enjoyed, and maybe see you later. Oh, hey, here's a cat.